very much. Thank you very much. It's kind of hard to follow up after that glory video. I hope that you guys understood why I played that video. The video says that one day, glory will be upon us. That day is today. A lot of people before us paid the price for us to be where we are today. I believe that we have to continue to pave the way for the next generations. Starting with the generation today, you all are the leaders of tomorrow. And before I go into my presentation, have anybody told you all that you are loved and appreciated today? Have anybody told you guys that? Well, I'm going to tell you that you're loved and appreciated, and I would hope that you can turn around to your neighbor and tell them the same. Can we do that? I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself, and part of the reason that I'm here today. Thanks a lot, Mrs. Compton and the school, to share my message with you. As my wife mentioned to you, I am an author. My first, it's a short story called My Path. I left a few copies up here for you all if you want to read it. I'm going to give you a quick synopsis of what's in my path. And just remember, just like Charles said earlier, each and every one of us has a path. Each and every last one of us has a path. I'm going to start off by telling you a little bit about me. I was born and raised in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Chattanooga, Tennessee. I was born 7 of 10 kids. 10 kids to a mother who was never married and had 6 different fathers of the kids. We grew up in what we call the ghetto or the projects, hardcore. As I was growing up as a very, very young child, I had an opportunity to see some things that only people see on TV and believe. You look at it and you say, well, that could not have happened. Oh, that's just something that's happening on TV. Well, I grew up in the project and I saw it. And the reason, I'm not here to scare anybody. I'm not here to make anybody feel down. But you'll get my message in a few minutes. When I was 6 and my brother was 7, remember, there was 10 of us. And my mother was a single mother. And she could not feed or care for all of us the way that she wanted to care for us. The resources weren't there. The knowledge wasn't there. The understanding wasn't there. So what my mother decided to do was send my brother, Jerry, and myself, which we felt he was number 6 and I was number 7 out of 10. Don't know how she picked us 2 out of 10, but she sent us to a place called Graham, Alabama. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the project prior to leaving. We lived in a 4-bedroom project. It was 10 of us, really 11 or 12, however you want to count it. It was tough. My brothers, 4 of us slept in one bed. I had a sister, and you just don't mix that like that. And plus my mother had a room, and we had to sleep on the floor. At dinner time, if you wasn't home, whatever that might have been, you didn't eat. You did not eat. You had to wait till the next day or whatever. But my mom saw these things and she said, I'm gonna try to give these two a better life. So we did have running water and lights and everything in the project. Well, she sent us to Graham, Alabama to live with my aunt and uncle. And when I got there, we did not have any running water in the house. We did not have any lights in the house. We did not have refrigerators and stuff like that. We had a wooden burning stove. We had candles. We had fields out there where we grew potatoes and carrots and all that other stuff. But what we did have was love. We didn't have a whole lot, but we had love. Love is very important in everything that we do. So, leaving Tennessee where we had those commodities and moving to Alabama where we didn't have those commodities, I felt like I was rich. I felt like I was rich. All of these things come from how you feel within. So my brother Jerry went back probably about a year after we had gotten there. I stuck around for another 5.5, almost 6 years. And I asked to go back to my brothers and sisters back to Tennessee. So my aunt and uncle sent me back. Guess what? I went back to the same environment that I left. Nothing had changed. And to be honest with you all today, those environments are still the same. Do we live in those environments here? Temecula, Marietta, wherever? Probably not. And a lot of times we take those things for granted. We take it for granted because we're used to have it. We're used to have it. My point, we can't take nothing for granted. So I went back to the same environment where, and this is how it was. You be sitting there with your boy or girl or whatever, someone come up and probably ask you for your money. Hey, well, you got my money? I don't. Boom. Death, blood all over you, this and that. And you start thinking, wow, do I want to continue to live like this? Why did I come back to this environment? Why am I not doing things to make sure that I don't have to live this way? Why am I doing these things? And so, what I did was, you have to survive. It's a world of survival. When I was in the 8th grade, and was getting ready to enter high school at that time, high school really didn't start until you was in 10th grade. And we had a choice, pretty much, or you might have not had a choice on where you was going to go to high school. And depending on how you was doing in school, how you were doing in school, just so happened my English teacher asked me, said, James, will you be going to the high school right across, about a mile, 2 miles up the street? Absolutely. Everybody go that path. Everybody go to that school. Everybody in my neighborhood, that's where we went. That's the only option that we felt that we had. That's the only path that we thought that we had. So I said, absolutely. She asked me, she said, can you do me a favor? She said, can you think about going to the vocational school across town, which is about 7 miles? I said, Miss Wilson, there's no way I'm going to be able to get in that school. I got to take this test. I don't know if I'm ready for that, and I'm never going to get in there. She told me something. She said, James, the last couple of years, I have watched you grow. I have become very fond of you, and I have learned to love you. Wow! That word had never been said in my family at all at that point. I was growing up, there was no such thing as, I love you. It was, you already knew that you were loved, but we never shared that message. Remember what we did a few minutes ago, loved and appreciated? We got to do that more and more every day. Don't you agree with me? That's the first time that someone had told me that I love you, and that you can do it. She said, James, I believe that you can pass that test. I believe that your destiny might be a little bit different than what you think. Destiny, key word, right? Destiny. So I said, okay, I'll take the test. I went over, took the test. I knew a little bit more than I thought I knew, and I passed the test. So my point is, that was the first time someone had showed that they cared for me. We have to care for each other. We have to continue to show each other that we care. There's no black, white, pink, gold, purple. It doesn't matter which religion. Our organization, which I think the world is, and we're going to make it a better place, is to show love. Love and appreciation. Getting back to my story. I went to this high school, and I did well. But being in the situation and circumstances that I was in, you did well, but your path is still in that area because we have what we call tunnel vision. And we have what we call paradigms. Anybody know what paradigms are? I'm sure everybody do. But real quick, paradigms is the way that we think, the way we see things. We see it a certain way, and there is no other way. And our tunnel vision is only as far as we can see from the beginning of our eyes. So I had tunnel vision, and my paradigm prevented me from seeing a lot of things. So we're walking down. I graduated from high school, and I'm still stuck trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. And I said, okay, everybody take the same road. So I'm walking down that road. Everybody walk down that road. Guess what? We know where that road ends. We know where that road ends. You walk down that road, and you know what's going to end. One day, anybody ever heard of Robert Frost? Yeah. Robert Frost, okay. Yes, I'm an educator. Road less traveled. We also have one called road most traveled. But one day, I was walking down that same path that everybody from where I came from in my neighborhood walked down that same path. And you don't walk down that path 1,000 times, so you don't even need to walk down with your eyes closed, right? One day I was walking down that path, and I started to think, I didn't know, all of a sudden, I turned my head, and you have that little tunnel. When you normally turn your head, you bump into the wall, whatever's on the side. And you turn to, I was walking down this road, and I turned my head, wow. And then I turned my head the other way, wow. Get my head around. And then I looked, I said, wow, this looked a little bit different than what I see every day. I said, when you only saw one road, just like my path, you only see one road there, right? But if you have a a paradigm shift. You look at this, when you get the book, look at it, you're going to see about 7 or 8 different roads. We call those options. We call those options. And I believe with every option, there are opportunities. But guess what? We have to make the right choice. I didn't say choices. The right choice. Options create opportunities. Opportunities give you the formula to make the right choice. Let me put it in another way, and I'm going to get back to this in a minute. Knowledge. And I'm going to say this, don't be offended. My African Americans, brothers, everybody as a whole, especially you guys, knowledge is our baseline. Baseline is the beginning. Everything that we learn in life starts from a baseline. When we are born, everybody has what we call birthrights. Everybody has what we call birthrights. We are born perfect because our birthrights, I'm telling you, birthrights are confidence, courage, hope, belief, and most important, faith. Those are your birthrights when you enter this world. You're perfect. We have to continue to build upon our birthrights. And we do that by gathering from our knowledge base, everything that we do. When you was a little kid or whatever, you put your hand in the toilet, your mom, where you put your hand in, you do something crazy, or you touch this stuff. But come on now, some of you guys know what I'm talking about. Guys and girls, you know what I'm talking about. You did it. Kurt, did you do it? I think so. But knowledge is everything that we learn, our failures, our successes, what is taught of us, what we believe builds our knowledge base. But with knowledge, what does that buy you? Anybody? The knowledge, you got knowledge, what would that give you?
Don't be afraid.
Knowledge buys you nothing. Knowledge buys you nothing. You can have all the knowledge in the world. It buys you nothing unless you apply it. You must apply it. Meaning if you went up and you touched the stove 10, 11 times, you go next day, touch it again, and touch everything you want while you touch it. Well, you got the knowledge that stove is hot, right? But you haven't applied in the second level of understanding that if I touch this thing, I'm gonna burn my hand. So knowledge alone gives you nothing. When you apply it, it gives what we call understanding. Understanding is knowing what to do with the knowledge. And the understanding is knowing that in high school, today, even after high school, or whatever you're gonna do in life, I believe that the foundations that we have comes from education. It comes from knowing that if you're going to be successful in life, it starts here in the classroom. I mean, a lot of us want to be in high school, want to be cool, or want to be popular. You know, I don't think anything wrong with being cool and being popular. I mean, I was cool, believe it or not, and I was popular. But one thing I did do was I knew that I had to do my work. And I had to give every ounce of energy that I had to make sure that I had potential. potential options, which create opportunities so I can make the right choice. So knowledge plus understanding gives you a key. Options leads to opportunity, but we have to make the right
Choice.
so, knowledge, understanding gives you the key to finding out which one of these doors this key is going to unlock. We call that your path in life. It starts here at the high school level, where it really starts before then, but if you're here at the high school, if you're in this room, we need to give everything that we have to make sure that we have a chance in life. I tell you, a couple of years from now, you're going to graduate. If you ain't prepared, you're not going to know what you're going to do, and you're going to stay at home or work at the 7-Eleven or whatever, or live off mom and dad for how long they let you stay in the house. My kids know I don't play that. You got to go. You know, you reach that age. So, that key provides you an alternative to find out which door it opens, but you have to search that door. You have to do an analysis on what that door is. I mean, sometimes we want to take the shortcut. We want to do it real quick. We want to sometimes speed gun, you take a machine gun. Yeah. A lot of y'all know what I'm talking about. Come on, come on, come on. So, we use knowledge and understanding, which comes primarily from education and direction, guidance. That's what we're here for today, is to try to provide some education, direction, and guidance. But the choice, regardless what your parents do, regardless what your teachers do, the choice is yours.